Hello and welcome to the channel. I've got another historic video for you today. This one is called Six Gun Territory, the official film produced in 1965. As someone who lived in Ocala for over a decade, I have fond memories of this particular theme park. It closed in the mid-1980s and they bulldozed it so we could get Six Gun Plaza, basically a strip shopping center of empty storefronts. So, you know, that's the one thing about Ocala that I don't miss, is all the things that made it beautiful for me as a kid are gone now. So it was kind of an easy place to move away from. I was there when they bulldozed Wild Waters Water Park and gave us a corner lot full of weeds. I was also there to watch them completely gut Silver Springs of pretty much all the magic. So that was kind of depressing, but all right, let's, why do you say we take our time machine back to 1965 when Ocala still had that old Florida charm and we can enjoy some gunfights and steam trains and gondolas and the old western town. What do you say we do that?
You haven't been watching an historical event or one of your favorite TV horse operas. Actually, you just witnessed one of the highlights of Florida's most entertaining, fun-filled attractions, Six Gun Territory, where you become part of the old frontier. Walk the streets of a realistic western town. Rub elbows with gunfighters and characters out of the Old West. Today, let's visit Six Gun Territory, located just east of Ocala, near Florida's famous Silver Springs. Since automobiles have no place on the frontier, visitors leave their cars on the huge parking lot. Thrills and excitement begin as soon as you have your ticket to ride the Frontier Express, a steam-powered iron horse, or the Gondola Sky Ride. Some visitors like to ride the iron horse and others prefer the Gondola Sky Ride. The magic of the color movie camera, we will try both. The Gondola Sky Ride is one of the highest sky rides in the country. The ride whisks passengers from ground level to a height of 164 feet, 12 stories high, in just a few moments. The Gondola Sky Ride, which was especially ordered from Italy, gives tourists a bird's eye view of Ocala and Silver Springs. 7 giant towers support the gondolas, and the ride lasts 5 minutes. Although most people ride the Frontier Express one way and the Sky Ride the other, many want the thrill of riding the Gondola Sky Ride both ways. All aboard! The magic sound of the steam whistle marks the start of our ride back into history. Back to the days of the Roaring West 100 years ago. Like everything else at this ghost town of the Old West, our train is an authentic wood-burning, steam-powered iron horse, fashioned after those used in the winning of the great frontier. Quaint as it may seem, we nevertheless travel more comfortably than by wagon train. Of course, our forefathers didn't have time or facilities with which to record their adventures on film as you do. Just staying alive proved to be a full-time job. Our engineer takes no chances and pours on the coal. Up ahead, there have been reports of trouble today between the Indians and the sodbusters. Looks like we're in luck. They have their hands full at the moment and will soon arrive at Ghost Town. Suddenly we're there, Six Gun Territory, and we're surprised to learn there are over 40 buildings, all fashioned of materials used in the Old West. Buildings range from the much-needed marshal's office to the church and Little Red Schoolhouse. Each building may be visited as their interiors are replicas of the ancient architecture. The full-size courthouse contains the mayor's office, the six-gun territory executive offices, and modern restrooms. But our first stop is the Palace Saloon, the society center of the territory, for those in high or low society. What with all the shooting and ruckus, it's sometimes hard to keep a piano in tune, but the patrons don't mind. And after all, the palace is quite ornate, with its velvet-covered wall and lovely glass chandeliers. Not to mention other lovelies who perform throughout the day. These girls really get a kick out of their work. And so do the onlookers as they sip their drinks. Ouch, looks like trouble brewing for this hombre when he gets home. The refreshments are enjoyed by young and old alike, since soft drinks in mugs are the only things served at this all-family attraction. Meanwhile, in another part of Six Gun, two trail-hardened desperados have sneaked into the backside of town. They're bent on getting rid of the marshal. Our marshal is a reformed bad man himself, and he knows how to handle such situations. He's the famous Sundance Kid, about to begin another day at Six Gun. He had given these two a choice of leaving town or being run out for good. Having been one of them in the past, the marshal suspects what he must do. But this is one task the marshal doesn't welcome, because the men he's about to face belong to the gang of El Diablo, his former saddlemate. Both of these young men have had to throw away several guns because there wasn't enough room left on the handles for more notches. Being a marshal was a lonely and sometimes thankless job. $35 a month, all the ammunition you need, and a bunk at the jail seemed to be small compensation for facing men like these, except to Sundance and others like him, without whom the West could not have been settled. Uh-oh, looks as though the marshal's warning meant nothing to these outlaws. Thank heavens he won't be alone today. That handsomely dressed gentleman joining the marshal is none other than Bat Masterson, whose reputation is known throughout the territory. At last the man bites the dust. The marshal breathes a sigh of relief, but little does he know the crafty El Diablo has tricked him and issues a challenge which can't be overlooked. These two men, who once shared the same campfire, drank coffee from the same tin cup, and stood side by side against overwhelming odds, are now on opposite sides of the law. The marshal had but one choice. Bat Masterson has taken the bullet intended for the marshal when El Diablo was hit. The legends of the West are filled with such odd quirks of fate. But wait, El Diablo is down, but he's not out. Not quite yet. And the marshal has his back turned. Hold on, what's that? Another one with a vengeance against our marshal. El Diablo makes his choice, saving his old friend. But in the interim, the Sundance Kid thought that El Diablo was shooting at him, and he turned and fired once again. Now he realizes what has happened. El Diablo was protecting him, and he shot his friend.
So long, compadre.
Of course, as soon as the streets are cleared, we continue our fun-filled day at Six Gun Territory. A territory this remote in the 1880s most always had an outpost of federal soldiers nearby. And of course, there were Indians too. Here at Six Gun, their rhythmic dancing adds color to our day. Naturally, every western border town had its Mexican section, complete with adobe-styled buildings and a flashing-eyed senorita to entertain the caballeros. For many years, the only source of news came from passing strangers riding through. Then, as a town grew, someone would always open a newspaper office. But a town knew it had really arrived when it acquired a bank of its own, such as the one here at Six Gun. Whoops! They're at it again, folks. Never fear. The marshal always arrives in the nick of time to put a halt to such goings-on. This sort of thing goes on all day. And even though we can't recommend you're putting your savings here, you can nevertheless bank on having a bang-up time always at Six Gun Territory. The last one to let you down in our town is Digger the Undertaker, a man who has been known to take the measure of some of the most notorious gunfighters in the West. His fee is $15. Hats, belt buckles, and a chance to put his best foot forward when the customer happens to have worn a size 9. So this is how it is at Six Gun Territory. We hope you've enjoyed your guided tour with its blazing guns and thundering hoofs. Howling Indians and dusty burros. Red satin ladies and the tinkling Nickelodeons. Conestoga wagons and stagecoaches. And don't forget those magic words, all aboard, which starts you on your train ride. Or on the Gondola Sky Ride through history. Six Gun Territory is truly a ghost town of the Old West, living again on Highway 40 between Ocala and Silver Springs, Florida.